If you're looking for a room, you want the 4 shields. Is someone there? Thank you. Please, take this for your efforts. Somebody help! I'll kill you if I have to. Well, that's how it's done.
Look at my temple, lying in ruins. So much for the constancy of morals, their crafts, and their hearts. If they love me not, how can my love reach them? Restore to me my beacon, that I might guide you toward your destiny. It is time for my splendor to return to Skyrim. But the token of my truth lies buried in the ruins of my once great temple, now tainted by a profane darkness skittering within. The necromancer Malkoran defiles my shrine with vile corruptions, trapping lost souls left in the wake of this war to do his bidding. Worse still, he uses the power stored within my own token to fuel his foul deeds. I have brought you here, mortal, to be my champion. You will enter my temple, retrieve my artifact, and destroy the Defiler. Mortals call it Dawnbreaker, for it was forged in a holy light that breaks upon my foes, burning away corruption and false life. You will enter my shrine, destroy Malkoran, and retrieve this mighty blade. Of course you will. I have commanded it. Go, now. The artifact must be reclaimed and Malkoran destroyed. Malkoran has forced the doors shut, but this is my temple, and it responds to my decree. I will send down a ray of light. Guide this light through my temple, and its doors will open.
Thousands of years old. Who knows what we might find?
I've got a bad feeling about that.
That was your decision. What was that?
Only a fool lets himself get surrounded.
That's impressive.
Anybody there? Over here! Now you'll pay! That takes care of that.
Is someone there?
Death wish? got a bad feeling about this. Someone there?
It is done. The Defiler is defeated. Take Dawnbreaker from its pedestal. Malkoran is vanquished. Skyrim's dead shall remain at rest. This is as it should be, and this is because of you. A new day is dawning, and you shall be its herald. Take the mighty Dawnbreaker, and with it, purge corruption from the dark corners of the world. Wield it in my name, that my influence may grow. May the light of certitude guide your efforts.
Still here. Is there anything else you need?
Rather pale.
Tell me, traveler, do you have any regrets? Of course you do. We all do. They say regrets are the foundation of wisdom, for if we do not regret our mistakes, we are damned to repeat them. Our successes, meanwhile, need not to be remembered, for they only serve to bolster our temerity. That is why a general is hunted not by his victories in the battlefield, but those that slip from his grasp. Ha! Many in the South Post share your sentiments. They find me a pitiful old dog chasing his tail. In many respects, they are right. For the case I slave over is a part of me, and will die with me if I cannot complete it. The thief, the one that got away, an imperial woman based on the reports, and a lone operative. She's burglarized homes of a number of notable lords, thanes, and nobles. At times, she's even ransomed their children. She's outfoxed the city guards, evaded the Archaeologists, and even managed to rankle prominent members of the Thieves' Guild. Unfortunately, the resources of the Empire exhausted in tracking her down and forced the Elder Council to suspend all pursuit. Given the state of the Imperial coffers, it was cheaper to let her run free and compensate the aggrieved for their losses. Only I remain dedicated to the cause of justice, and what I lack in men and resources, I make up for in will. I've chased her across Tamriel for the last 15 years, and I believe I'm closer than ever to catching her. I'm not sure anyone would even bother. Too busy chopping off the heads of elderly Talos worshippers to care about Tamriel's most celebrated thief. If I hadn't retired, they would still have me raid the chest of every Nord who wore a beard that resembled Tiber Septim's. There have been several witnesses' accounts of a raven-haired thief posing as a bard. As you know, most who reside here are light of hair and tall in stature, which already narrows down the list of possible culprits. And while there are bards in Skyrim from here to Riften, there is only one capable of playing that song. Dusk at that little harbor was its name, if I call it correctly. A beautiful but solemn tune about the sunset over the Gold Coast and the tragic death of a loved one. A favor from Commander Morrow. He owed me from back when he was an initiate, and I was his inspector. More like what didn't happen. Commanders like Morrow may seem like hard, unyielding men, and there is certainly that side to them. There is also the side that is a caring father, the loving husband and humble servant of the Empire. The side of kindness is something that is almost innate. Even as children, we know the value of friendship, empathy, and love. The other side, the one that makes you a man, that must be forged through a crucible of blood, sacrifice, and at times, even apathy. It may surprise you to find out that the initiation for both the Dark Brotherhood and the Penitus Oculatus are one and the same. Both ask their initiates to shed the blood of a stranger as proof of their fealty, their mettle, and willingness to do the hard thing. When first presented with this task, Commander Morrow faltered, as do all men of conscience. It was then that I broke the rules. I told him who the target was, or more precisely what he was. Not necessarily. It is left up to the discretion of the inspector to choose the targets. Although I tended to choose mortals who were louts, thieves, and deviants, there were other inspectors who felt that defeated the purpose. After all, an assassin must be able to kill those whose morality is ambiguous, or possibly even leaning towards the scales of good. So it was our responsibility to create at the very minimum the idea that the targets were honest men. Some inspectors choose to forego the mirage. True enough, there is much misconception that the Pentius Oculatus acting as a security force implies being strictly defensive unit. On the contrary, the best way to stop an assassination is to root out the conspirators before their plans take form. As a former assassin, Commander Morrow had the advantage of knowing how the enemy operates, and that is why he was chosen as the chief security agent. It is as you might expect. Recruits are chosen for various positions and given tasks to determine their aptitude and readiness. Ironically, before he became Chief of Security, Commander Morrow was originally recruited as an assassin. In the Penitus Oculatus, the assassin is merely a tool. He is required to kill without questioning his orders. This is because the most dangerous of enemies typically come from within. The very advisors the Emperor trusts most are the ones likely to betray him. The drawl of power is a form of skooma that corrupts even the best of us. The assassin is the potion that purges it from the system. As such, he is often asked to target the very people he takes orders from, in order to serve the will of the only person he answers to. The life of an assassin is far from pleasant, which is why when Morrow became a father, he chose a new path. Very well. I do. It's been burned into the bone of my skull from sketches and wanted posters and images from another time. A raven-haired woman, 32 years of age, with an aquiline nose and eyes the color of steel. She is as fearsome as an orc, but can be as cunning as a diplomat, and if need be, can charm me with the grace of a sylph. I meant it as an estimate, nothing more. Given her description, she could be anywhere from 30 to 34 years of age. I choose the middle ground. I try to make my descriptions as accurate as possible, so that my words will not be distorted as they are conveyed to the next person. If I were to say she was in her early 30s, the information would quickly degrade as it passed from mouth to ear. For instance, someone might forget to include the word early. With just a simple mission, she can now be as old as 39. The Raven of Anvil is cunning enough on her own. It does us little good to cast more shadows which she can conceal herself. She is no whore, and the Penitus Oculatus does not resort to pure slander, nor do we honor this thief by referring to her as a raven. The color of the raven matches that of her hair, and the raven is a foul creature that feasts on carrion. And it is through the tragedy of death that she wormed her way into the halls of Castle Anvil. Life is easy when your goals are small. When your goals are large, the problem comes not from failure, but from your inability to cope with it. Whether you reach for the stars or plow the earth, don't let the task consume you. If only I could take such sage advice. The Countess's cousin had passed away, and she was now on her 12th day of mourning. She refused to eat, refused to sleep. Soon her court was deprived of the same. As her mood grew more and more contemptuous, it seemed nothing would allay her grief. Many bards and poets came from all over Tamriel to celebrate the life of her cousin, in hopes of appeasing the Countess. Yet it seemed that even time itself had given up all hope, until the day a raven-haired minstrel walked into the castle and gently strummed her lute. Those who were in attendance insisted that it was the saddest song ever heard by mortal ears. They claimed the sky rained for 7 days and 7 nights, as both the Countess and the divines exhausted all the tears. That night, the entire court slept for the first time in weeks, and when they awoke, they found their cases and coffers emptied of their valuables. Until next time.
I've got your back. All right, what is it? What do you need? I'm right behind you. Sure thing. All right. Still here. Is there anything else you need?
I've got your back. You lead, I'll follow. Still here. Lead on. You're bloated with disease. Come on in. We got warm food, beds. Hi there.
There's no better way to face the cold Skyrim nights than with a belly full of ale.
Take a look. You've done well.
You don't look so good. Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
If one more person asks me for a drink, place is stifling. Give the open air. Hi there. Is there something I can do for you?
You don't look so good. Are you feeling all right? Yeah,
By the gods! Did that really just happen?
Is someone there? Ha!
Please,
Found you.
someone do something!